Alright, welcome everyone to another video on the Corsair. So I figured that it was time to do a review of the equipment and see where we've gotten to over the last 6 to 9 months of working on different gear. So a lot of the gear that I've got on this character has come from the Xenon. But yeah, so there's some stuff that we've made on the channel here brand new from scratch, things like the CRA equipment in terms of doing spell trace enhancing with the 30%, I believe they were, and a number of other equips, just hand-me-downs. There are a few extra things I plan on making. I am waiting on a number of events to come out as well, but what we'll do is we'll go through what I've got equipped, and then we'll go through the greater inventory as well for things that I don't have equipped at the moment because it's more of my bossing gear than anything else. So starting off, Frenzy Totem, I'm training on this character. As you can see, it's at 236. The goal is to get it up to 250. I'm just really taking my time with it. There's no real great rush. It's just, I'm probably doing about an hour or so a day at the moment, a very, very less amount than what I was doing on the Xenon. But I'm doing other things at the same time. So I'm working on multiple sets of arcane symbols. So this is where the Corsair's ones are up to. I'm working on a third set at the moment on the Xenon for the Jett, as I plan on gearing up that character once I'm done with getting the Corsair to where I want to get it, and that will probably involve in making a whole range of new equips for that character so I can have 3 fully equipped characters at once. So I've got the Choo Choo Island symbol maxed there. I would say that one's the easiest because you can get roughly about 19 on average a day if you're doing the max Choo Choo PQ plus the extra assist in terms of getting the extra 4 symbols per day. So that one's done there, and then the Latch and Arcana ones aren't too far behind, as well as so this one should be done fairly soon. I haven't started on Esfera at all. That's because I'm working on it on the Xenon because it's quicker, since I can do pretty much 1 quest every day rather than 3. And I think I've got that symbol on the Xenon up to level 19 at the moment, so it will drop back down to level 18, but I figure it's a much faster way of getting it over here onto this character than working on this one from scratch. And this one's lagging behind Vanishing Journey because I was working on one on the Xenon, but by the time I got 275 on the Xenon and needed to move this one across, it wasn't high enough. So I think, I probably had this one at level 14 on the Corsair, and I've just slowly leveled it up because it's not too hard, especially having the Frenzy Totem. I get through my dailies quite quickly. So getting back to the main equips, so we've got the Hog Totem here, and one of the totems that you get from the event, which we haven't seen in quite a while, to be honest, but the Sengoku event, but hopefully that comes back. Glory Ring, so there were a number of these going around in one of the more recent events. I know it's probably not the best ring to have since you can't scroll it or enhance it, but I figured it would just be a good accessory ring for something like Meso Obtained, so having Meso and Dex on there is pretty good. And this one was from the Xenon, so it's a 40% Meso Obtained, so I've effectively got 100% Meso Obtained across this this character, which is helping quite a lot because the grinding is also contributing towards any Meso that I need to make in order to do some star forcing or anything like that. So a lot of these equips they need to get up to 15, so that's one of the things I should focus on. They should get between 15 and 16. Another Glory Ring here with Meso Obtained on it, and then a Solid Ring here. So this one I just finished scrolling the other day because I think I had 1 or 2 failed slots on it, so I've got it fully perfected there. And this is another thing that I think I need to make a Solid Ring on the Xenon as well. I don't think I've got one on there at the moment. Pendant, sorry, I've skipped the Pink Holy Cup. So this one, just has a good dex line and 4% all stat. I figured it's just, I didn't make this, I think I bought it at the auction house and I thought it looked decent enough for the time being. And then the Familiar Manager, so the Familiars aren't too great on this character. Pendant of Spirit, so training, this is the one that I used for the Xenon. I just continually increase its time, so it's expiring in about 3 months time, so I need to boost it up again. Nothing on the greed pendant at the moment. That's probably one of the things I really need to be chucking cubes on just to get it up to legendary and get either some drop rate or some meso obtained, so I can get rid of one of the rings here for some extra damage. Very old Fafnir Zaleska, so this one was this character's original gun actually, when I was first playing this character before moving over to the Xenon, so I haven't felt like replacing it. I probably would replace it with one of the arcane guns eventually, but the rest of the set is still RA as well. Tyrant belt, I would like to swap this over to a superior Golux one eventually with the change to the Golux set, so that's another one of the things that I want to be working on this year. And yeah, it's a hand-me-down from the Xenon. As you can see there, it's got like 3 good lines, but the 9% luck doesn't really do anything for the Corsair itself, and it's only 12 star. Pink Chaos Sachem helm, Chaos Vellum helmet, and yeah, so this one is one of the items we worked on throughout last year. 15% dex with scrolled with the 30% dex spell traces and 12 star enhancement, so this is another one that I need to work on starforcing. Sweetwater Tattoo, 10% dex, and yeah, I think we used some spell traces on this one as well to just get the dex up instead of using all stat scrolls. Very old Raccoon Mask. This thing will get eventually replaced by my Sweetwater Monocle. I just don't have the stats on the monocle high enough just yet. And yeah, Eagle Eye Wanderer Coat, 15% dex again, scrolled with the spell trace enhancers. And same with the pants here. I've just they are the Wanderer Pirate pants. I've just fusion anviled the Trickster Assassin pants onto it because I just like the look of these pants more so than the pirate ones. And Tyrant boots. So this is a very weird thing to anvil it with. The Lion King's foot. I'm not sure if it relates to Lionheart Castle or not. I'm not sure if yeah, I don't know if it relates to Von Leon. I'm not sure where it's actually from. I think an old guildie of mine, she had it and I anviled it, so then I think I've got like a red boot that's been anviled into it as well, so I can just do it whenever I want to anvil it onto something. Another hand-me-down equip, and yeah, this one may end up being replaced by the arcane gear eventually with those boots. At the moment it's fine for what it is, 18% dex. Yeah. So Superior Golux earrings, so these are the ones actually from the Xenon, so I wore these when I was training to 275, meso and item drop on there. I am working on another set for more of a bossing equip to get more dex on it, but this is just the set that I wear while I'm training. And I haven't moved the Violet shoulder across from the Xenon just yet because we did get a very, very good stat on the Scarlet shoulder, sorry. But I haven't moved it across yet because I haven't made a new shoulder yet for the Xenon, so yeah, we'll get around to doing that. Tyrant gloves, 10 star. You know, what can you really say? I think I made these ones because I think I've also got a set on the Xenon as well, so these ones were just a secondary pair that I made for the Aussie style Corsair when I was playing that character. And yeah, haven't really touched these in years, to be honest, which is why they've stayed at 12% dex. It's probably something I can work on as well. The flame isn't very good. We can really fix up a lot of stuff there. And Halloween Roid with a barrel hut, so once again a very, very old equip, doesn't even have any cube stats on it, but it's only a level 30 heart, so I don't really want to waste my time on it. I know all stats are worthwhile, but yeah, the stats that you can get on this probably wouldn't be that good. It would be something similar to something like, I guess, what you could do with that if you really tried to get 19% dex if you really wanted to. Tyrant cape, 8 stars, not that great. Probably something, if I wanted to work on it, but it's probably not worthwhile in terms of how expensive it is to enhance stuff. But yeah, look, we may end up replacing all of this stuff, or we may end up making new stuff on here and moving this older stuff onto the Jett, so then the Jett still has some decent gear to work with. And Falcon Eye, so this one has pretty good main potential, could probably get another line of something in the bonus potential, but 12% attack, 9% crit. you know, it's a hell of a lot of attack for this sort of thing. Don't really have a decent metal on this thing at the moment. I'm trying to get the, I think there's a Rudibus one that you can get that's fairly decent, so I want to get that one, or maybe that's the title that I'm thinking of. But yeah, so probably gonna look at changing that one up eventually as well. Ghost Ship badge, so these things are pretty rare nowadays since you can't actually get one anymore. I plan on using the 17 star enhancement if I can, to get this thing up to 17 stars without risking blowing it up, because that would really hurt if I blew this thing up. But yeah, so this thing needs a little bit of love, even just to get up to like 15 stars, but yeah, just need to tread lightly on it, and probably improve the bonus potential there as well. That's fairly poor in terms of just having 3 attack. And then our maple leaf emblem. So yeah, look, the legendary potential on the main stats alright, but really need to work on the bonus potential. Bonus potential cubes are hard to come by, especially just with just how pricey they are in the cash shop. And I'm not spending any real life money on any upgrades that I do. So any real upgrading in terms of using the cash shop cubes are bought through Maple points. I tend to make that exception during miracle times, but that's once or twice a year. So like I might spend say like $100 or something like that just on some cubes to try and get some things up to legendary tier, and then work on it from there with other means. But yeah, so that's it for the main equips there. And then if we just jump in here, we have just a few equips. So this is my superior Golux pendant. So since the change happened with the Golux equips, I figured it was worthwhile to move this one over to the Corsair. I actually had it here beforehand, but it just makes more sense to have it here anyway, because I think the Xenon has some, I think the Xenon actually has another 2, come to think of it, so there wasn't really any need to keep this one on there anyway. But yeah, so having a 20 star one here with really decent decks on it, so having 30% decks and some decks in the bonus potential is fairly decent, and a good flame on there as well with 4%. All stat LGR, I'd probably move this one over to the Jett because I no longer need it on the Corsair here. I got sick of the animation that it gives off when you've got it equipped, the lightning god animation, so that's why I've replaced it with the solid Golux ring, even though, you know, there's a 3k stat increase there, but that'll quickly get wiped out if I can just get this thing up to like at least 15 stars, maybe 17 stars. Superior Golux ring, so this is actually the equip that I would wear when I'm bossing, so having 18% dex there, and 11 attack in the bonus potential. Again, needs to get up above 15 stars. Reinforced ring, so this one needs some more cubing, so this is something that we will work on too, and get it from 10 to 15 stars, maybe in 17 stars. Backup pendant only at unique. Haven't really decided whether I want to stick with this one or get some other sort of pendant, since there's no set effect by having 2 Golux engraved pendants on. But yeah, we'll weigh that up this year, just in terms of the direction that we go in. Could be something that I just move over to the Jett to have a decent dex pendant there. And then finally the Sweetwater monocle. So you can see that there's just a little bit of a stat decrease there. It's 14% dex, so need to get it probably up by, preferably to about 21 or 24%, maybe 27 or 30, seeing how we go. And again, starforcing it and improving the bonus potential, then we'll be able to replace the Raccoon mask and give that thing to the Jett as well. So we do have some equips here to share around. The branch nose I was wearing, so the Sweetwater tattoo is better than it, and another superior Golux earring. So this one is one that's, it's weird that I guess it's more the Starforce that's on the black emerald earrings that make it slightly better, and yeah, a bit weird that it's like that, but yeah, so that's what I'm working on there too. So that's it for the equips on the Corsair. So as you can see, there are some things that we can work on throughout the year. I probably won't do as much work on the Xenon. The Xenon might just end up being my money maker once this character gets to 250, so just depending on how I want to play. Not that I'm going to grind to 300, but I still might use the Xenon to make some money, especially just being a higher level area, you're likely to get better rates in terms of Meso obtained, so we might explore that, see how we go, and then we can use those funds to both work on gear for the Corsair and the Jett. And one other thing I didn't really touch on were the pets here. So these are my, I talked about these in my Magic Wagon video that I put out a few days ago. But these are my permanent pets that I've had for, I think I got the Pink Yetis back when I first played High Fat, so probably back in like 2012. And these are the equips that came along with them. So I could scroll these with the current scrolls that are available in the Wake update, because like I do want to start working on gear more for the Corsair than the Xenon. So there's 10 pet attack scrolls that I could use on these here. I don't really want to spend the money to get like a Wonderberry like vac pet or anything like that, because I've seen the money that people can spend on it, and I don't really want to just spend that much money on something as simple as a pet when I can just try my best to, you know, do what these pets can do. So this one has already been scrolled not very well. I think it was scrolled with 1 attacks, and I failed 2 of them. So not sure what I'll do with that one. I'll probably reset it, and I haven't done anything with Bonky's ammo box either. So there's something for me to ponder about, and then yeah, we don't really have anything on the Android there. So yeah, so that's it in terms of the gear. So some positive things for us to work on. There's certainly room for improvement, even just simply on the star forcing front, to improve damage there. But I am able to do all the bosses that I've been wanting to at the moment. I haven't attempted anything like a Damien or a Lotus solo, but I think that's what I'll set my goals to for this character in terms of achieving, at least in like the early part of this year, to get those sorts of things done. And then yeah, to see where we can go with the character. It will be stopping at 250, maybe 255, so I've got the new area unlocked as well. But yeah, certainly not going past 255, I'd say. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and yeah, keep an eye out for the next video. See you later. I nearly forgot to show what my range was at the end of all this. So with a few equips changed over, having the things like the LGR and the reinforced ring on, along with the 20-star Golex pendant, we have a unbuffed range of 5.8 to 6.8 with PDR at 89%, boss damage at 215%, along with crit rate of where it is, along with crit damage, and the legendary ability here, so +1 attack speed and buff skill duration. And then it lets me show my Legion. It doesn't, so we'll get to that afterwards. But yeah, let's just buff up with what would normally be our normal skills. Anything that we can't really have on all the time. So yeah, so that's where we would be with that. And then I'll show the 27k stat there. And then maybe here we can edit the Legion board. Nope. Wow, Nexon really hates the Nautilus ship area. Now we might be able to do that out here. Okay, so we've got 2 different ones here. So this one is the training one, which I'll swap over to after this video, because I'll go and do a little bit of training. And then this is our bossing one. So we've got crit damage, boss damage, and moving it just down here into buff duration, just for some of the buffs that more so the Xenon has rather than the Corsair. But yeah, so PDR and crit in there. A few overlapping things here, but I think I got a bit lazy with it. But yeah, so we're well above 8k Legion now. I'm building up these coins for when stuff starts happening on the Xenon again, and yeah, fairly happy with where it is. I've gotten a lot of the characters as well up to where I want them to be, so I think I just finished off the second burning character for this this time around. So I got my, where are you? In Archer somewhere. Yeah, this one. To 200 just before. So all my Bowman class are at 200. And obviously there's a new Bowman class coming out eventually, so I'll need to do one of those. And yeah, so the ones that I really need to work on in regards to helping the Xenon out, not so much the Corsair. There's some Warrior and Thief classes I need to get up to 200 just for the extra strength and luck. but pretty much all the major dex beneficial ones are done, I believe. Yeah. So that's where I'll leave this video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next episode. See you later.